Hi class, sorry I am gone once again. Daughter was sick on Friday and now my son is sick. Just can't get rid of it. We are on the day 13 notes, so that's where you should be in your notes packet. And today's stuff is kind of just a summary. We're going to do some graphing, a little bit that's new, but mostly review, and then review some of the other stuff that we did last week on Thursday. And then I'll explain what your homework is and what's coming up this week. So let's get to the notes. We're not going to do all of them. It's a late start and we don't have a ton of time. We're going to skip down to number 2 here. All right, and this is exactly like what was in my video from Friday. And it's like stuff that we've done before. So we've got this, we're solving for x. What you're going to do is on your calculator, you're going to go into your y equals and clear out whatever might be in there. If for some reason your calculator is acting funky and you want to, you can reset your calculator. Remember, it's second plus sign 712. Second plus sign 712. And that will reset your calculator. Otherwise, we're going to type this in negative. Make sure you use the negative sign, not the minus sign. Negatives are a little shorter. You can tell the difference hopefully that way. X, and then we're raising it to the third power. And then we've got plus 2. And then the right side, the 5, will be our y2. It doesn't matter if those are switched. Alright, and then your window should still be set at the normal window, so freeze the screen if you need to. Mins are -10, maxes are +10. You're going to hit graph, and you're going to see two lines. So you should be able to see those two. We're going to draw a sketch of it on our paper here. So it looks like this. We've got the one curvy line and the one straight line. Notice they only intersect in one place. So again, what we did on Friday's notes, and we're doing it again, is we're going to do second trace intersect for each place that it intersects. Since it only intersects in one place, we're only going to have to do it once. So second trace number 5, and you just need to move your cursor kind of close to that point. And then once it's kind of close, you're going to hit enter 3 times. So once, twice, 3 times, and it'll tell you the intersection. It's -1.44225, etc., and then 5. So -1.44, because we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, comma 5. We're going to label that on the graph. So -1.44, comma 5. And then the answer that you'll put on the line is just what x is equal to. Notice that in the original problem there are no y's, so all we're interested in is the x's as far as this line is concerned. On the graph we want both x and y, but on the line all we're interested in is x. Alright, so second trace intersect is something that we've done a lot. If you go to the next page, number 4 is totally different than anything we've done before, and you'll see something like this on the quiz and test. It's not difficult because it tells you kind of how to set your calculator up, but it's weird looking because it's got this COS. COS stands for cosine. You'll also see other buttons nearby on the calculator. I'll show you where it is in a minute. That's sine and tangent. You'll learn more about sine, cosine, and tangent next year in geometry. But for now, we're just going to be typing it in and using it to make a graph and find the intersection points. So here's how it's going to work. On your calculator, we're going to type in the left side into y1. So we have 2 and then cos. So 2, cosine is right here. It's a couple keys above the 8. You'll see right next to it is sine and tangent. I think we'll have some that either have sine or cosine. I don't think you'll see any with tan. So we're going to type cos. And then you got 2x, and then you need to make sure you put the parenthesis, that'll be important, plus 2. And then you hit enter, and then you're going to go to the y2 and put 2. Alright, so that's going to be our equations. And then it says graph the following with the following calculator setup. So it says mode is radian. So you're going to want to go to mode. It's right here next to the second key. Hit mode. And radian, which is like the third option down, should be highlighted. If it's not, you're going to move the blinking cursor on a radian and hit enter, so that it should be highlighted at that point. Once you have it in radian mode, then it tells you what the x min, max, y min, and y max is. So we're going to go to window. Alright, and your window x min is -2. So I got that. X max is 3. Alright, and then it says y min -10, y max +10. All right, and then if you need to go back to the standard window, you can either remember your mins are at -10, maxes are at +10, or you can do zoom 6. Zoom 6 resets your window to the -10, +10 thing that I just said. Okay, so now once we have our window set to what it tells us, we're going to hit graph. And this is what a sine curve looks like. It's kind of curvy like that. And then we've got the other line going through. So we're going to draw a picture of that on our paper. Okay, so like this and like this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then notice that it intersects in 3 places. So 1, 2, 3 places. All right, so what we're going to do is second trace intersect 3 times. Second trace number 5, and I'm just going to start on the far left. So you're going to want to move your cursor all the way over, or as close as you can to that point on the left. And hopefully yours will be a lot quicker than mine is at responding. And then you're going to hit enter 3 times. So once, twice, 3 times. And it tells you the intersection point is -0.785, etc. So that would be -0.79, comma 2. Again, if this number is like 2.0 repeating or 1.9 repeating, it's 2. Sometimes it's off by a smidge. So -0.79, comma 2. And then we're going to do it again for this next point. So second trace, number 5. And you're going to move it over to the middle point here, or close by. And once you're there, you're going to hit enter 3 times. Once, twice, 3 times, and you round to the nearest hundredth. This time you get 0.785, etc. So be 0.79, comma 2. 0.79, comma 2. And then the very last point, second trace, number 5. And we're going to move our cursor all the way over to this far right point. All right. And once you are close by, you're going to hit enter 3 times. Once, twice, 3 times. And you're going to get 2.356, so that'd be 2.36, comma 2. So 2.36, comma 2. And then on the line, the only numbers we're interested in are the x's. So -0.79, 0.79, and 2.36. All right, so that's how that works. Other stuff that's going to be on your quiz. We talked about this stuff on Thursday. Remember, if you have something like f of x and then it's like plus h, like this, remember that that's going to move your graph up if it's a plus sign or down if it's a minus sign. If you have something inside the parentheses, all right, something like that, remember that left will actually be plus and right will actually be minus. And then if you have something like a -1 times f of x, that means it's going to reflect over the x-axis. All right, so those are the 3 different things that will be happening to our graph. So like in number 5 here, you'll notice it's got f of x plus 5. You'll notice the plus 5 is inside the parentheses, so it's going to be moving left or right. Since it's a plus 5, that means it's going to move left 5. So you're going to take your points and move them left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left 5, and left 5. And then connect the dots in the same order as they were drawn originally. Something like number 6, you got a -4 at the end. It's outside the parentheses, so minus means it's going to move down. So you're going to take each point, go down 4. Take this, go down 4. Take this, go down 4. And take this and go down 4. And then you connect the dots together and you're all set. All right. Something like this, you'll be given an equation and it'll say, you know, move it this way, that way, flip it over, whatever, and you got to write your new equation. So we're going to reflect it over the x-axis, which means that you're going to have that -1. and then we're shifting it left and down. Anytime you're going left or right, you're going to need parentheses because it's got to go inside the parentheses. Now we have an x to the fourth. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the x inside the parentheses and the fourth goes on the outside like that. So right now this is x to the fourth. The -1 is for the reflecting. Left 2 means it's going to be +2. And then down 5 means it's going to be -5 like this. And that's about it. So what we have coming up is you have worksheet 11, that's homework tonight, so work on that for the rest of the period. Tomorrow there's a quiz. I will be back tomorrow, so we will go through some of this previous homework that I haven't had a chance to check. The answers, remember, are on Canvas. You can check your answers if you're not confident with whether you got something right or not. Check your answers. They're all on Canvas for you. We'll go through any questions, make sure we're good to go. Quiz on Tuesday, review everything on Wednesday, and then Thursday will be the test. So the test is going to cover, well, the quiz will cover just the changes to the function rule and the solving by graphing. And then the test is also going to include all those piecewise, end behavior, evaluating, f of this number, f of that number, increasing, decreasing, constant, all that stuff. So that's kind of what we have headed this week. I apologize for being gone 2 days in a row, but hopefully we're okay, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.